Welcome back to the Be Mindset YouTube channel where I teach you how to become the best version of yourself by working on your mind, working on the muscle between your ears, the most important thing that you can be investing in. So today we're going to talk about something that holds most people back, and that is the fear of being judged by others. And so in this video today, you're going to learn how to let go of other people's expectations so you can be the best version of yourself. Thanks so much for joining me today. Excuse the background. I'm working on a new setup here to make this more aesthetically pleasing, but I'm not quite there yet. So I'm gonna get a better studio setup thing for these videos. So thank you for your patience. In the meantime, the content is still gonna be on point, so don't worry about that. It makes complete sense why we want approval from other people. I mean, human beings were in tribes for very long periods of time, and in your tribe, you wanna fit in, you wanna do the things that your tribe members do, so you get to stay in the tribe and you get to survive. So why do we want to let go of other people's expectations? Why do we want to be free of other people's approval? And the main reason is that when you're able to let go of other people's expectations of you, you're able to figure out who your most authentic and truest version of you is right now in this present moment. And when you're able to uncover that, you're just gonna live a much happier life. All right, so before we get started, there is one rule you need to understand. And the rule number one of one, is that you cannot fuck this up, okay? There's gonna be people that judge you no matter what you do in your life. But it's up to you to decide what path feels right for you. And no one else outside of you can decide that for you. So you'll have to decide what your path is, and you'll have to decide what's right and what's wrong. And this is completely subjective. We're all subjectively deciding what right, what wrong is, what good is, what bad is. So this is your opportunity to decide what's right for you. So you can't do this wrong. You can't mess this up. If you were never to watch this video and just live your whole life out, like kind of just doing whatever, like that would be cool too. But this is your opportunity to be a little bit more in touch with who you are and uncover the authenticity and your true gift that resides within. Okay, so once we've gone over rule number one, we realize we can't fuck this up. Well, where do we go from there? Well, we go into the present moment. We start to ask the questions. Who am I and what's driving my actions? So what's driving my actions in all the areas of my life? So ask yourself, why do you do what you do when it comes to your work, right? Do you do the job that you do because your parents told you this is a safe, credible job, or your friend circle's like, hey, we all kind of do a job similar to this, you should too? Or do you do it because you feel like this is the best way you could spend your time? Health, this is one that's very common. Are you going after someone else's body image, or are you trying to create what you think is a beautiful, healthy, thriving body? Whatever it is cool, but figure this out for yourself, because there's a lot of media that's kind of telling you that your body should look a certain way, and that all falls back into, just trying to get approval from others. So what do you think your body should look and feel like? Fun. Getting your concept of fun from yourself instead of others. So if you're someone who's maybe a little introverted and all your friends are raging at the bar, getting hammered, and you're like, well, I think that they're having fun doing that, but maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you'd rather be, practicing martial arts, or learning how to fire an arrow, some archery, play music, whatever it is that you think is fun. Make sure that you are being true to yourself and you're not just doing what your friends are doing. Money. There's a lot of guilt and judgment around money from other people, thinking that you shouldn't have too much, but you need to have enough. Figure this out for yourself. Think about what life that you want to live, and then reverse engineer that. How much money do you need to live that life? Contribution. So you need to be aware of, why are you contributing? Are you doing it because, hey, you can post it on the Instagram and be like, hey, check it out. I take care of dogs, and I do these other nonprofit things that make me look like I'm a good person? Or are you personally just really connected to the cause and you just want to do it because it feels right? That's where you want to get, right? Who cares what people think about what you're doing? You got to do what you think is right in your heart, and let go of the other people's expectations. And then getting self-aware about your personal development, your personal growth, and your attachment to, something higher, bigger than yourself. Are you still following along with a religion that you didn't really choose for yourself, that you maybe just adopted from your parents or your community, and you're like, yeah, well, this sounds right, and you guys like me more when I follow these things, so I'm gonna do it. Or have you asked yourself, what do I think makes the most sense? How do I want to work on my personal development? How do I want to think of the higher being, whatever that is, the universe, God, Allah, whatever you believe in? You got to discover this for yourself, and it all starts with self-awareness. So the whole point of going through each of those categories was for you to take a moment to become self-aware of why you do the things you do in your life right now in these different categories, and looking at what are the drivers to your action, and asking yourself, am I being driven by people or things or judgment outside of me, or am I doing it because I think that this is the best thing I could be doing? Now, if you've never done an exercise like this before, it's gonna be a little bit like, whoa, this is a lot, I don't want to deal with this right now. And that's completely cool. Understand that this process is much like peeling an onion. You're going to peel back layers of yourself, and you're going to discover who you truly are. And you're going to do so by peeling back layers that maybe you built up. You have these layers that are basically there because you don't want to be judged by other people. And when you peel back those layers, you get more in touch with your authentic, truest self. And when I say authentic, truest self, I just mean like what you actually feel aligned with, what you want to do, how you want to spend your time, how you want to show up in the world that feels right to you, not someone else. I want you to ask yourself this question. How would I live my life if I knew that I wasn't being judged by anyone besides myself? Now, this is something I definitely struggle with. I'm definitely not completely aligned with just what I would do if there was no other people on earth, because of course, we're always relating to the people around us to make sense of ourselves. But it's a good exercise just to ask ourselves, like, if I didn't have the pressure of this person wanting me to be a certain way, then how would I act? How would I show up every day? So ask yourself that question. And my general rule of thumb is, if you're not hurting anyone, go ahead and do whatever you want to do. And the more you ask yourself this question, the more you're going to peel back those layers and discover the most authentic version of you. The final thing I'm going to share in this video today is the 100-year rule. I heard this from a dude that I really like. He's an entrepreneur. His name's Jesse Itzer. You can search him on YouTube or Google or whatever, and you can learn more about him. But he talks about this concept of whenever you feel like, oh, I want to do this thing, but I'm afraid that other people are going to judge me, so I'm not going to do it. Remember that that person and you are going to be dead in 100 years. You're going to be gone, so it's not going to matter anyway. And when you take this kind of zoomed out perspective on your life, and you realize that these micro moments where you choose not to be the true you because your fear of being judged is really ludicrous, because we're only here for a fraction of time, and after that time is gone, we're dead, and that person's dead, and everyone on earth that's alive right now is going to be dead, so it doesn't matter anyway, okay? Don't worry about, there's no legacy that happens in those micro moments. It's about what you do as a life as a whole, and that legacy is going to come through being the truest version of yourself. So go live life on your own terms, and if you like a helpful exercise to get you in a state of mind where you can let go of other people's judgments, I highly recommend checking out the meditation I'm going to show you at the end of this video. It's a meditation for letting go. I made it this week, and I think it's going to be very helpful for you in this process. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, drop any comments you have below, and I will see you on the next Be Mindset video.